So dudes, there's always been lots of games threatening the end of the world. I guess it's one of those situations where the game developers ask themselves, so, how do we make gamers care about our games? And dudes, threatening humanity. I mean, it's something we're all pretty attached to. Robotron 2084 takes that whole idea one step further. Humans are going to be wiped out. The mutants and robots, they are taking over. There's a sense of self-preservation, but you're going to be killed eventually. So dudes, what's worth fighting for? It's not a princess, it's not an empire. It's the most important thing in the world. Family. You spend your last few moments alive. All your continues are used saving, or at least trying to save, a family that's been caught in the middle of this violent takeover. Distribution record? It's nearly as good as its epic tale of human sacrifice. I mean, it started out in the arcades, but it rode those waves all the way through the Atari PCs, onto the Atari 5800, 7200, onto the Apple Macintosh 2. And it even got some upgrades, like Robotron X on the PlayStation, and Robotron 64 on the Nintendo 64. You're all probably thinking right now, that's cool Bruiser, it really is, but what we really want to know is what version do you recommend? And it's the arcade cabinet. Get a second job, sell your pets, make your own pants, whatever it takes dudes. The twin joystick controls totally make this game come to life, and is one of the best reasons it's so remembered today. And if you do get the cabinet, dudes, don't be a holdout. You need to let me borrow it. So I chose to play well, I guess my mum bought me Robotron 2084 for Atari's handheld arcade personal console powerhouse machine, the Lynx. It might not have the polish of some of the PC ports, but if you're totally popular and busy like me, you can play this thing on the run and still have heaps of fun. If you look here, you can probably see that the Lynx doesn't have the awesome twin joystick setup that made the arcade version so memorable. But it does have two buttons. A and B turn the dude around, and there's no fire button, you just auto shoot all over the place. So Robotron works really well on the hardware. Sure, it doesn't have the same magic as the arcades, but dudes, you won't find gaming like this on a Gameboy. So Robotron 2084, it's a bit of a love-hate relationship for me. Doesn't matter what version you try out, they're all hard as hell. And dudes, it doesn't even matter how good you get, there is just never going to be an end in sight. But it's the one game that I leave stuck in my Lynx. I can't help but come back to it again and again. It feels like such a simple game, and that's totally its charm. It tricks you. On the surface, you shoot the bad dudes and you save the family. But each enemy attacks and moves differently, and you'll be constantly torn between risking yourself to save a human, trying to get enough points to get an extra life, or playing it safe and just watching them die. So as far as Atari Lynx games go, Robotron, definitely in my top 5, but for pickup and playability, it takes that top spot.